Can only 7 extra calories a day really lead to 33 pounds weight gain? Let's find out. Welcome back everybody, Mark here, the Diabetes Dietitian, bringing you all things diabetes and healthy living. Now today's video is about whether a very small but positive energy balance over a period of time can really lead to significant weight gain. It's a theory that's been thrown around for many years, but I just wanted to bring it to your attention to see how the small but consistent or the inconsistent but large dietary choices that you're making can have a huge impact on your weight over your life. So let's get into the theory. Now, as I just said, most people very rarely put on a huge amount of weight over a short period of time. There's usually some life event like an injury or something else going on that will cause that. For the vast majority of us, we were at our lightest in our teens and early 20s, and over the course of our life, we gradually pack on the pounds. So this thing takes decades, typically. Now, the theory is that just a small positive calorie intake of just 7 calories extra a day above what your body requires can lead to a 33-pound increase over 30 years. Now, 30 years is obviously a really long time period. Not everyone will be eating 7 calories extra a day. They might have more, they might have less. But the point is that it takes a long time to accrue this, and in that 30 years time, this can leave you at significant risk of lifestyle-related diseases. So it's something worth thinking about. And the theory works like this. On average, we have a calorie requirement that our body needs. For men, this is typically around 2,500. For women, this is around 2,000. Now, this is a major generalization because it's not bringing in factors such as genetics, activity levels, body weight, and many other factors that will impact this. But it is a good starting point. Now, what people tend to do is they start to think about their calorie intakes day to day. I was good today, so I can have a treat tomorrow. Or I've been good this week, so I'm going to have a blowout at the weekend. But a really nice way to think about this, although we don't want you to overanalyze it, is to actually start to open up the parameters. So we're looking at a much larger level. So we're looking at the macro environment. And this calorie intake equates to 750 to 900,000 calories per year. So if you think of that as almost like your designated intake, everything that you have will chip away at that. If you go over it, on average, you'll start to gain weight. If you blow it, you'll lose weight. And if you roughly hit it, you'll maintain your body weight. Again, massive generalization, but it's just a nice way to visualize this theory. Now, in terms of the weight gain, we have a few different ways this can work, but ultimately, in order to gain a pound of weight, you're going to need to eat a certain amount of calories extra than what your body needs. Now, what that number is, no one really knows, but there is typical theories that have it somewhere between 2,500 to 3,500 calories that then will equate to an extra pound of weight. So this is excess calories. So if we choose the lower end of that number, the 2,500 calories, this over the 30 years is 75,000 extra calories on top of this, which basically means you're having 2,500 extra calories per year, which means you're only having an extra 7 calories per day, which, to put in perspective, is a spoon of ketchup. Now, I'm not a big fan of using specific foods to highlight this. It's just to help you visualize it in your minds, because rarely do people just regularly go over 7 calories a day. It will be more likely that actually you'll be below your intake or hitting your requirements each day, and then you'll have more of a blowout, a party, a night out, a takeaway, and on average you'll achieve that extra 7 calories a day, and that will build up over time. So your average, which as I say is a really nice way to think about it, just comes in a bit over your allowance for that year. Now obviously this can't be an exact science without actually measuring everyone's calorie intake and what their body requires through direct calorimetry, but it does hopefully start to open your minds about the idea that what we eat is an average, and if you're going above that average, whether it's daily, monthly, yearly, your body will respond in kind. So if on average you're going over the calories that your body requires, you're going to start to gain weight, even though it seems like you're doing all the right things. If the times that you are being, for lack of better expression, naughty, having a blowout, having less healthy foods, higher calorie foods, and they take you over the number that your body needs, then you're going to gain weight, and vice versa with losing weight. Now, in reality, and again, where this theory falls down slightly is as your body gains weight, it requires more calories to maintain that new higher weight. So, for example, my 200-pound friend would need more calories each day than me at 165 to sustain that mass. So, if I bulked up to 200 pounds, then I'm going to need to be eating more to sustain that new body weight. So the extra 7 calories a day on average wouldn't actually necessarily lead to weight gain, but in fact, it would lead to weight maintenance, or even if I really bulked up, weight loss. So it depends on your starting point, but just keep in mind, as I say, the average is what's important. Anyway, guys, so I'm going to leave it there. So not anything groundbreaking here, but I just wanted to publish a video about this because it's something I speak to patients all the time about, because they tend to be all or nothing dieters. And actually what they're not realizing is even when they're good and when they're bad, it's all feeding into the average. So start to think about it as a long-term commitment. And within that, you can have blowouts, treats, takeouts, nights out, a few beers. Of course you can, but you still need to be able to achieve an average below what your body needs in order to keep the weight loss happening. Hopefully that makes sense. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, subscribe and like it, really helps us out, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye guys, thanks for watching. Like I said, if you found that video useful, hit the like and subscribe button. It does really help us out and get us up that YouTube algorithm so we can be put in front of more people like yourselves. If you need an extra helping hand, we do offer consultancy services where we'll work with you specifically to your circumstances and help you get on top of those glucose levels or your healthy living goals. We'll see you in the next video.